Snake Man here with inland taipans, otherwise known as the fear snake. Okay, we've taken the cage out of the rack. See the heat mat at the back there? Let me put the tongs on it, you can hardly see. That is a heat mat on pattern there. Keeps the heat on at one end of the cage, that's this end of the cage. The far end has the water bowl. Voila, we take the lid off and we have the snake crawling around. I can see its head, it's in there somewhere, he'll probably come flying out in a minute. We have food, it's called a frozen rodent. And what I've got to do is get it out. Isn't that amazing? I'm not very good at this, am I? Okay, here we go. Look, come on, it's called food. Eat, eat, come on. Now I'm going to be slow and gentle and you might just take it easy. Come on, beautiful. Now, in the wild, they would fight it hard and let go. Inland taipan, darkish sort of head. As you can see, if you've just seen another video of another inland taipan, it's a sibling of this one, also bred by Alex Staszewski. The other one's much nicer colour and nicer personality than this one. This one's about an inch longer. It was smaller for most of its youth, then it caught up in adulthood. The other one just got a bit fatter. Anyway, they are very similar. Particularly robust group of inland taipans. We've got them from different parents, some from Alex, some from others, but this particular litter seems to be the biggest, most robust of the lot. They're all similar, but this was slightly better than the others. Having said that, inland taipans, they vary a lot as young. As they get older, they tend to look more alike. Young ones, some are dark, some are light, some are white, some are speckled, some are banded, some are not. But when they get old, they all tend to get to this darkish sort of colour, usually with a blackish sort of head. You do get the rare exceptions that are brown all over, and you get the rare exceptions that are blackish all over. But most of them are like darkish in the head, lightish in the body, and that sort of thing. Now, of course, in winter, they do get darker, and they become almost black all over. And in summer, they become a beautiful mustard sort of colour. Now, this inland taipan is a male, and for what it's worth, he's been surgically devenomised for several years. Now, I mention that because I was on a website by this imitator. He calls himself, well, we'll skip his name, but he said that on his website that, won't give you any free publicity, but on his website he said that if you devenomise a snake, they all die shortly thereafter. Can't eat food, can't digest, it's all just crap. These guys have been devenomised for years, and as you can see, they are healthier than ever. Venom serves one purpose, that's to kill, and of course, when snakes are being fed frozen food, obviously the venom's not helping much good there, so it is obviously not necessary for digestion. It is necessary to kill their food, but in a captive situation, we give them frozen rats and mice, so that is redundant. Venom therefore becomes a millstone around the snake's neck, because it means that because they're a risk for the handlers treat them like crap and bash them around with sticks and tongs. In our case, we don't have that issue. Our snakes are not venomous, so they're basically like your pet pythons and corn snakes. We can treat them the same way, we free handle them. I'm just going to try and move this so you get a bit of footage, and of course, like an idiot, I didn't do very well, but there we go, we can still see it eating now. In a normal situation, the snake would be woofing into the food at quite a pace, but of course I'm disturbing it, so they really don't like being filmed, but bad luck, he's got to put up with it. You see, that's what happens. These videos are made for public education. We at Snake Busters cut the crap with reptiles. We don't give you all this bullshit melodrama about how these snakes are terrible and itching to kill people. Fear snakes, by world standards, are probably one of the more feral, more aggressive snakes on earth. Having said that, it's all relative. There's no such thing as an aggressive snake. These guys just tend to bite a little bit more often than most other snakes. I pulled the arms and legs off the snakes. Main reason is we use them for food for baby snakes and that sort of stuff. And as it happens, they make them easier to go down, but that wasn't the intention. The intention is just simply so we can use the arms and legs instead of pinkies. Pinky mice and rats are better nutritionally because they're whole food, but the arms and legs do get you out of trouble and it saves you quite a bit of money. So there's the deal. Magnificent looking snake. As you can see, it's taken about 4 minutes to get this rodent down. If I hadn't stopped it and disturbed the snake, it would have been well and truly down by now. These guys can get down a full-sized rat without a problem. We can feed them full-size rats, but the reality is one rodent this size is slightly more than enough to last this snake a week. We usually feed them about once a week, but occasionally we skip a week here or there, and that keeps them in perfect condition. Taipans, inland taipans in particular, which is what this is, fear snake, will eat themselves stupid, and they will get themselves morbidly obese, and while they might look impressive, it's not. A fat snake is like a fat human, they just do not live as long. They get a lot of health problems, and when a fat snake gets diabetes, you can't give them tablets and insulin, they just die. So that's why we like to keep our snakes here at Snake Busters in immaculate condition. We try not to overfeed our snakes, we try to keep them in good condition. Not necessarily skinny, because there's other health problems there, just about the mid-range rate. Not too fat, not too thin. Sometimes they're slightly overweight, sometimes they're slightly underweight. Snakes, of course, are a bit different to humans. They are designed for the feast-famine sort of thing, so they do handle being overweight and underweight a bit better than people, but that's where it's at. Now, as you can see, he's eating it. It's pretty much down. It's going down now. You can see how fast it moves down. Once it gets past the neck there, it's well and truly breached the head, and as you can see, the snake is coming up towards me, looking for a bit more food, of course. Coming up to strike, and let's see that, he speeds up. See, he's looking for me, he's looking for food. See that? He's coming towards me. He's not aggressive, he's just looking for a bit of food. Look at how it stretches right out there. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, cut a long story short, if you want to see inland taipans anywhere in Victoria, there's only one demonstrator with the expertise to have them. That's my company, Snake Busters, Australia's best reptiles. We have lots of them, so it doesn't matter whether I turn up or one of my able-bodied staff, you will always see the world's deadliest snakes with guaranteed safety. Snake Busters are the only people guaranteed risk-free, and the only people in Victoria allowed to do venomous snake shows under Section 32 of the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Don't take risks with an inexperienced imitator.